You'll be able to get the spike and line them up.
Happy days. Right guys, welcome back. A bit of a different episode for On The Limited today. For one, I've got Noosha. He is still part of it, don't worry. Just not here today. I just want to give a little update on what's been going on with my Cosy. And I've done that much with it lately. I thought it's got to be worth doing an episode on it. So, as you know, I've got the silver H plate 4x4. It's actually a J plate, the H is private. About 6 months ago, maybe 5 months back, Adam Smith, who I'm sure you all know, most of you follow him as well, he rang us up, he says, Dan, I'm going to sell my engine. Now you might remember the engine that he's building. He bought the $5,000 engine, he had it all stripped down. He said, I'm going to sell the engine. And I wanted to give you first shout. I thought, well, I can't stand to see someone else get this engine. I've seen it from start to finish, and I like the idea of a spare, so we knocked one of the family holidays on the head. Thought, right, so that I'm going to get it. So I bought just the bottom end, which was the 200 block, the maul pistons, which had all been machined, everything done. All the machine work was done on it. So I bought that just as a precaution. Anyhow, stuck it all in the shed, left it there, wrapped up, covered in oil. Thought, oh, shouldn't need it for years, but left it there. And then we had a drive to Croft. Now I just put a new clutch in this Cosy, mine. Just put a brand new clutch in, and little more put it in for us, and was spotted there was oil contamination in the box on the flywheel. So puts a clutch in, after cleaning it up and putting a new crankshaft oil seal in, thought that should cure it. 200 mile later, me and Tony, you'll know Tony with the black 3-door. We're having a little bit of a play within the speed limit. A little bit of a play down to Croft racetrack for the Ford RS show. Coming down, and on the way back, my clutch was slipping like mad. Same as it was before. Brand new. I don't believe it. So luckily one of my pals, Mark, he said, let's get back to my garage, let's have a look at it. Alright, okay, fair dues. So drives back to his garage, limps it in, gets there, gets it up on the ramps, pulls the box off. There's just engine oil everywhere. All over, brand new clutch, absolutely not. Thought, oh, brilliant, what's happening? Couldn't find no oil leaks anywhere, nowhere. Turns out, bit of research, I was getting head lift, heads just lifting off. Now that made sense because every time I give the car a hard time and give it a load of abuse, I keep my car in a carcoon. I pull it in there, park it up, and when I back it up, there's just oil everywhere. I should have known better. I was burying my head in the sand. So Mark says, it's pointless mucking about, let's have a look, let's get your engine out. Oh hell. Gets a car up on the ramps, loosens everything off, takes everything off from up, there's videos there, I just put them in, and surely enough we drops the engine out, and it was minging, it was horrible in there, covered in oil. So it takes it out, and I thought, you know what, perfect opportunity, let's just bring this other block over. The work's already done, it's already been long studded at Barham Engines. Thought, let's just use that. So it brings that over to the engine builder that we use, drop me head off, drop me my block, the swap stuff over, left it all with him. And I got a phone call on the night. It was Mark who runs the garage. He's got a lovely Sapphire as well, 2-wheel drive, Moonstone Blue. He says, Dan, I keep looking under your car, it's not very nice under here. I says, I know. I said, but she's pretty on top, you know. He says, it's doing me head in this. I went, it'll be fine, man, don't worry about it. Anyhow, the next day, I get a photo sent. And on this photo, there's just shit everywhere off the bottom of my car. Everything. He dropped the rear axle, the lot. I says, Mark, what are you doing? Because I kind of look at this in my place. Like he says, this is a project. Let's get the bottom ends. Let's get the bottom stripped. Let's make something out of it. Oh, honestly, I don't think he was prepped for my lack of mechanical knowledge. But anyway, we'll give it a go. So I goes over, and I was just stuck in my hand. He went, listen, you can't have gone wrong. There's a wire wheel on drill. Get yourself a wheel under there. It's covered in wax oil. That is the worst job I've ever done in my life. It was horrible. Tears from my eyes as I'm under there, scraping away, inch by inch, getting all this shit off the bottom. After I got through the 16 layers of Schultz, I was then with a load of wax oil, and it needed a little bit of welding. Not loads, but a little bit. Well, luckily, by trade, Mark's a welder, and I've got to give him, he's a really, really good one at that. So, does a couple of bits of repair, mainly on the near side chassis leg. He's just, you'd never know that thing had been welded. Unbelievable. Gets that done. Totally forgot about my engine through all this. This was a way to build that. Just going to crack on and do what I can. So, we're under there, gets all the crap off underneath, gets all the crud off. Mark gets his welder out. There was 2 bits that needed welding, and he'd done it. It was just amazing. And I'm not too proud to say because he's had welding. It's 30 odd year old. Of course it's had welding. I couldn't give a toss. So he does his welding. We've got everything underneath looking stripped, all the shit off it. It looked good. And I thought, what we're going to paint it with? It needs painting. So we had a look and we came up with Raptor. It was, again, Adam Smith told us he'd used that on one of his. So we've got some tinted Raptor. Used Madge Paints and Sunland for that, so thanks for that. Used tinted Raptor. Loads of gun up, sprays underneath, and honestly that stuff looked amazing. It looked unreal. So in the meantime, while all this is getting done, Mark, who is a bit of a pest, right? And God bless anyone who does any jobs for him. He's down at the powder quarters nagging them. I want it back. I want it back. I want constant at them. They give him it just to get rid of him. Hello, Mark. Son, you all right? I was just this kid I'm on about. Different Mark. That's him. Helmet. Anyhow, so he's out there. He's getting all the powder coating done. They brought it back in this lovely satin black finish. He wanted to go with gloss black, but you know, he knows what he's doing. But he's a man of bad taste, poor taste. So gets it done satin black. He's down getting all the aqua blasting done. So all my engine cradle, engine mounts, everything underneath. He just got the whole lot aqua blasted. We got some custom made braided fuel lines, front to back. Looks amazing under there. He done all brand new brake pipes. Honestly, he went to town, you know. He really did. And I'd love to say I'd done loads of work on this car, but I'd done. He's probably going to slap us if I say 15% of it, like the effort that man put in. And he done it as a pal. I will repay the favour one day. I don't know how, but I will. So, gets all that put back on. The diff was stripped down, all cleaned out, put back together, painted, done. It just looked unbelievable, and you'll see from the photos and videos I've got, it looks unreal under there. Went over, gets the engine back. Engine looked amazing. I'm getting photographs sent all the time of my engine. The only difference from what Adam built and to what I've done with it is I got forged conrods put in there. And there's a rally company down south anyway. They recommend what they use, and they use these BW rods. I thought, well, I'll give them a go. They know more than I do. They weren't even massively expensive, so I've put forged conrods in there with my Marl pistons. I've put heavy duty Marl bearings in that Adam gave us. Everything is, the engines should be as close to bulletproof as you can get. It's now built to run 500-600 horsepower, but I'm not going any further than 380 with it. I'm keeping it safe, keeping it reliable-ish. So we'll get that put back in, just puts everything back together. With the gearbox got stripped and painted. And the amazing part is, this was all done in 28 days. 28 days from start to finish. I got a brand new engine, and I got the full underside restoration done. And I know I put a lot of posts up, loads of stuff on Facebook, pictures of doing it and all the rest of it. Loads of people asking us questions about it. I probably took more credit than I should have. It was mainly Mark. But an incredible turnaround in 28 days. I know people that had cars in the garage 5-6 years to do this, and they're still halfway through. We've done it in 28 days. Unbelievable. So as I sit now, car's behind us. I've done 515 miles on it, I think it is roughly now. Running it in. I'm going to do the full 750 that I was recommended. Once that's done, dropping the oil out, slapping my new oil in. And by the way, I used Miller's running in oil. That's what I got recommended. Dropping that out, and hopefully back to full boost and no problems. I'd love to see it. I've had my issues since putting it back together, but with an extensive build like that, of course I have. Back caliper, somehow, the absolute nightmare on the A1, full family in, back caliper fell off. I'm assuming it was a bit, maybe. I'm not using it in the rain anymore, just because I'm having flashbacks of grinding away underneath there and knocking all that Schultz shite off. But other than that, I'm absolutely over the moon with it. You'll see from the videos I put up, you'll see the pictures I put up, it looks unreal under there. There was no shortcuts, and a big thanks to Mark. He also done his as well. The two of them now look amazing, and he is absolutely point blank refusing to do any more. So please don't hound him for that. But if you do need any help with your cars, general maintenance, clutches, gearboxes, whatever else it is, it's Pit Stop Garages at Throckley. That's where I've been using. That's what Mark owns. I'll put a link into his Facebook page on there and his Google. Feel free to give him a shout if you want any work doing. He was really good at what he does. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.